The air crackled, not with the familiar tang of ozone from a standard spell, but with something far older, far more hungry. Stephen Strange stood at the precipice of a dimension on the verge of collapse, its very fabric tearing under the onslaught of an entity that defied conventional magical logic. His usual incantations, the vibrant hues of the crimson bands of Sidorak, the shimmering golden shield of the Seraphim, all had proven insufficient. A cold, dread certainty settled upon him. What he was doing wasn't working. And the stakes, as always, were the very weave of reality itself. For most, the path of the mystic arts is a journey of light, drawing upon benevolent cosmic energies. And Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, is undoubtedly a master of this white magic. His greatest strength, his foundational power, often flows from the venerated trinity known as the Vishanti: Agamotto, the all-seeing founder of the mystic arts, Hoggoth, the ancient beast of wisdom, and Oshtur, the cosmic mother, mistress of the sky and light. These are the beings who empower the purest forms of his spells, granting him access to incredible defensive wards, powerful energy blasts, and complex reality-warping enchantments. Think of the shimmering shields that deflect cosmic forces, the golden tendrils that bind monstrous entities, or the intricate illusions that reshape perception. These are the hallmarks of the Vishanti's grace, a testament to Strange's noble purpose. His relationship with the Vishanti is not one of simple servitude, but a profound pact, a symbiotic flow of power and responsibility. He is their chosen champion, the prime defender of the earthly dimension, and in turn, they lend him a portion of their vast, ancient might. This allows him to cast spells of immense complexity and scale, drawing on the very laws of creation, shaping reality in ways few can comprehend. When Strange calls upon the hoary hosts of Hoggoth or invokes the all-seeing eye of Agamotto, he is tapping into a lineage of power that stretches back to the dawn of magic itself. This is his default, his comfort zone, the wellspring from which most of his extraordinary feats are drawn. Yet, to truly understand Stephen Strange, one must look beyond the gleaming gold and vibrant crimson. His is not a world of rigid dogma, but of stark, brutal necessity. The universe, in its infinite cruelty, rarely plays fair. And so, the Sorcerer Supreme, in his unyielding commitment to protect all existence, has learned to play by its rules, or, perhaps more accurately, to break them when no other option remains. The pragmatic heart of Stephen Strange lies in his willingness to embrace disciplines considered dark, dangerous, even forbidden. When faced with an existential threat, the lines between good and evil magic blur into irrelevance. Only efficacy matters. This is where his true versatility shines. Take black magic, for instance. Unlike those who dabble in it for selfish gain or destructive intent, Strange approaches it as a tool, a necessary evil, if you will. He understands the profound dangers, the corrupting influence, but if tapping into an ancient, malevolent entity's power is the only way to save millions, he will consider it. He might summon energies from the outer dark, unleash curses that twist reality, or even invoke the fearful power of entities like the dread Dormammu, not out of reverence or desire for their power, but as a calculated risk. It's a tightrope walk over an abyss, requiring immense willpower and a clear, unwavering moral compass to ensure he doesn't succumb to the very forces he weaponizes. He employs it with a heavy heart, knowing the spiritual toll it exacts. Then there is elemental magic. While perhaps less inherently dark than black magic, Strange's mastery extends to the raw, untamed forces of nature, commanding the winds, raising the earth, summoning fire from thin air, or calling forth the crushing power of the ocean. This isn't just a parlor trick, it's bending the very fabric of the natural world to his will, often with devastating effect against physical threats. He can conjure storms of cosmic ice or hurl bolts of lightning that tear through dimensions. It's a grounded, visceral form of magic, a stark contrast to the more ethereal Vishanti spells, providing him with a different kind of blunt force when precision is less important than raw power. And finally, perhaps the most terrifying and desperate of his tools, catastrophe magic. This isn't a recognized school of magic in the traditional sense. It's more an umbrella term for reality-shattering, last-ditch efforts. These are spells that flirt with universal collapse, warping space-time on an unimaginable scale, or drawing upon energies so vast and destructive that their mere activation risks tearing apart the fabric of existence. It's the magic you unleash when there are no other options left, when the alternative is absolute annihilation. Think of it as hitting the cosmic reset button, or unleashing a controlled or barely controlled explosion that could wipe out a galaxy. Strange employs these spells with the utmost reluctance, understanding their irreversible consequences and the immense personal cost. But his pragmatic nature demands he always have such a terrifying contingency in his arsenal. This is the heart of Strange's power, not merely the ability to wield magic, but the wisdom to know when and how to wield all magic, even the forbidden, in service of a greater good. It is a lonely burden, this pragmatic versatility, for it means walking a path few would dare, making choices no one else can. His true mastery lies not in his purity, but his absolute commitment to his role, even if it means getting his hands dirty in the most profound and dangerous ways. He is a guardian forged in the fires of necessity, a true master of the arcane arts, whose commitment to protect reality transcends conventional morality. His power lies not in purity, but in comprehensive mastery, in a willingness to descend into any darkness if it means safeguarding the light. And in a universe constantly teetering on the brink, that pragmatism is not just a choice, it is salvation. We've explored just a fraction of the immense power and complex philosophy that defines Stephen Strange. What are your thoughts on his willingness to embrace all forms of magic for the greater good? Do you believe such a pragmatic approach is truly heroic, or does it flirt too closely with danger? Share your insights and perspectives in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on the Sorcerer Supreme's unique path. Until next time, keep pondering the mysteries of the multiverse.